So in this video, we'll be going through vectors question from IGCSE Maths. So in the first part of the question, we're given parallelogram, and we're given two vectors, FE and CE. And we're given the information that B is the midpoint of CD. If it's the midpoint, it means that it cuts the line in half. So therefore, if this is the whole length CD, C to B is 1/2 of this length, since B is the midpoint, and B to D is also 1/2. So we can write down C to B is equal to 1/2 of C to D. And the second part of information we're given is that FA is two times as large as AC. So if we were to write that as a ratio, you'd have FA to AC, and FA would be twice as large as AC, so it's the ratio 2 to 1. And if we wanted to write AC as a fraction of the entire line segment FC, what we would do is take these two, imagine these as parts, and add them up, and we would get 3. And that would be the entire line segment FC, and therefore the fraction of the line AC over FC over FC is equal to 1/3, since AC is 1 part and FC is 3 parts. So AC over FC is 1/3, so we can write that this right here is 1/3 of the entire line segment. So now the question is to find an expression for the vector A to B. So the vector A to B is equal to the vector A to C plus the vector C to B. And that's because to get from A to B, we first have to use this line, AC, and that's right here. And then we have to go from C to B, and that's this part here. And in total, that's equivalent to going like this and like this is equivalent to going from A to B directly. So therefore, the vector A to B is equivalent to vector AC plus CB. So let's find out what AC is. So AB is equal to, well, from here, we know that AC is 1/3 the line segment FC. AC is 1/3 FC. We've also written this down here, AC is 1/3. So we can just write that here, 1/3 FC plus, now CB is 1/2 CD, since B is the midpoint. So we can write that down here, 1/2 CD. So now we have to work out what FC and CD are, so we can find out the value of vector A to B. So FC, the way we want to get from F to C is first by going from F to E, and then going from E to C. And that's equivalent to the traveling F to C. That is the vector F to C, because that's how you reach C from F. So therefore, FC is equal to FE plus EC. And we know that F to E is M, and that's given to us. And now EC, well, we know that C to E is N, that's given to us. So if we want to go in the opposite direction of E to C, the vector would be -N. That's a rule about vectors. For example, if we were going from we know that f to e is m, but if we're going from e to f, that would be negative m. So therefore, e to c is negative n. So negative n. So therefore, fc is equal to m minus n. So we can put that information back here, and we get that AB is equal to 1/3 of m minus n plus. Now we have to work with this. We have to find out what CD is. So, well, since this is a parallelogram, CD is parallel to FE. CD is parallel to FE. And also, another important part of our parallelograms is that the opposite sides are equal length. And therefore, the vector C to D is equal to the vector F to E. And therefore, C to D is also M. C to D is also M. So we can put that information back here. Plus 1/2 times CD, which is we just worked out, is M. So therefore, now if we just simplify this, A to B is equal to 1/3 M minus 1/3 N plus 1/2 M. Therefore, A to B is equal to 5/6 M minus 1/3 N. And that's our answer. 5/6 M minus 1/3 N. So yeah, that's that. And the next question is, we're given two different vectors, and we're asked to write down 2 facts about vectors, about these vectors. So what we firstly notice is that they both are some fraction of the vector 2p plus q. Therefore, if they both have the same vector 2p plus q, let's say, let's represent it visually. Let's say this is G and this is H. And since this vector is 2p plus q, this distance right here is 2p. And this distance right here, the vertical distance, is q. And that's how we get 2p plus q. And now if we do the same thing for jk, say we have 2 points, j and k. Again, we would have the horizontal distance as 2p and the vertical distance of q. That's how vectors are interpreted. And now, of course, GH is just a fraction of 2p plus q. So in reality, H would be a point along this line. It would be a point along this line. And similarly, K would also be a point along this line, since it's a fraction of the vector 2p plus q. But now we can see visually that the two lines are parallel, since they have the same vector 2p plus q. So therefore, that's our first fact. We can write down they are parallel. Now the second thing to say is we have to consider the magnitude. The magnitude is the size of the vector. Well, we can see from this that GH is clearly larger than JK, since 5/6 is a larger fraction than 5/18. Right? But so now if you want to specify that, we can say that the vector GH over JK, that's equal to 5/6 2p plus q over 5/18 times 2p plus q. Now these two cancel out since it's a fraction, and now we're left with 5 over 6 divided by 5 over 18. And now if you simplify this, you see that you're left with just a 3. Therefore, GH over JK is equal to 3. And this tells us that GH is 3 times the size of JK. GH is 3 times the size of JK. So we can write that down here. GH is equal to 3 times the vector JK. And that's the question done. So yeah, that's all you need to know for vectors. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please like and share and subscribe. And comment any other problems you'd like me to work through. Thank you very much.